Hey there, my sweet friends. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are all well. As you can probably hear, I am not, but not to worry, I do sound worse than I feel. Just that time of year in Michigan, that's how it goes. Anyway, I was recently at the Dollar General picking up some car snacks, and I happened to stroll down that holiday aisle, and I found first a set of greeting cards with envelopes, and I also found some gift tags that had layers in beautiful glitter accents. And so I picked those up. And my plan is to use those as a base and a way to embellish that card so that I could get a sweet and simple looking, more homemade appearance from them. And so these were really fast and easy to make, and they're great for random act of kindness or last minute gifts, or if you tip someone during the holidays, it would be nice to have a little handmade card to give them that gift in. So if that sounds good to you, then stick around and we will make it together. As I mentioned, here are the supplies that I picked up from the Dollar General. The first was this box set of cards. It does come with 30 cards included and also has the envelopes. This was $3, and even I can do that math. You're going to get 30 card bases with the sentiment stamped inside, and then also an envelope that matches. And that's important because this card is 6.5 high by 4.5 wide. I don't think that is a standard size, but it doesn't matter because the envelopes are already made, so you don't have to worry about that. I also picked up this set of gift tags, and so there is a couple of different versions of this, just a folded gift tag, and I have gone through and pulled some of the top layers off just so that I could get these details. Some of them I want to layer, some of them I want to fussy cut, and so this was a great value. And so these were $1. It says there's 12 in each one, and when I looked at it, it really kind of like frustrated me because there's 8 slots here. I tried to figure out how to get 12 out of that, but it does appear that some of them have 2 in them, and so this is a pretty good value, I think. These have some raised sections as well as glitter detail, and so I think this is going to be a great little accent if you're making cards, if you're making tags also, or just for little bits of a detail that you can add to your scrapbook project. So I think these are great, and there were only 2 sets of these available in these versions, but I would have got more if they had them. Let's get making some cards now. So that little box set of cards wasn't all bad. I actually like a few of those patterns in there, and I would just go ahead and use those. And some of them are really not my style anymore. I did like the red truck at one time. I think we all went through that phase, but I'm kind of over that at this point. But I really do like that the sentiment is already printed on the inside, and so that does save me a lot of time, and also it has a nice glossy finish. So this is kind of a good shortcut to get to your finished project, and I'm just going to use that dimension for my base layer of cardstock, and so it would be just 6.5 by 4.5. I'm not going to give all the measurements today because this is really just a hope and inspiration that you would be using up your scraps, and so maybe the dimensions look a little different from your cards. Mostly I just want to get through, make room for new supplies in my scrap room. And so here is the pattern, and so here's that pattern I picked, and I really like this diagonal stripe, and I did pair that with a red cardstock, and so I'm just going to get that added here. And now this card, which may have seemed a little flimsy at first, has got 3 layers of paper, and it really did bulk that up. And so I have a pretty simple plan for this one, and that is to layer up this additional pattern. You can see that I did add some more red cardstock to that so that I'm keeping these busy patterns separate, and I didn't add any spacers between these layers. And so you could do that if you wanted, add a little bit more dimension, or you could totally eliminate the spacers and make these really almost perfect for that one stamp. I think most of these would require 2, but for this one, I'm just going to use spacers in one little section and then give it an extra stamp just to be on the safe side. And so I took one of the tags you see here. One of them has a circular detail. This one did also. It was just a very nice glittery accent with a festive sentiment, I cut that border out just so that I could pop that up and have a little space between those layers. I've added a ornament top. This one came from Lawn Fawn Stitched Ornaments, and so I just cut that with a pretty mirror cardstock, but you don't need to do that. You could just punch a little hole and consider this a tag, and I think it would be absolutely perfect. I want to put this on my card here upside down, just so that I can get the measurement for the other details worked out. And so I have cut a little bit of foliage. I'm using a branch, but any kind of greenery that you have, use whatever dyes you have, and make a little bit of a arrangement here so that you're kind of filling in that vertical space. I added 2 for each side, and I just connected those with a little hot glue. So I will add these to the card with hot glue just so that this is a fast process. And I'll do the same for this side as well. You see how I've got most of that foliage on that second layer. And so I also have a couple of little berries cut here, and I chose to use a glitter cardstock just so that I could get a little bit of extra detail. And so I want to set my ornament back down on here once again just to get my spacing correct. And I want these so that the 2 berries will show mostly on the side of the ornament. And this one on this side. So now we're getting a lot of nice detail. And then I can flip this over. Remember, we've got to put our twine through there. And then I'll just stick this in place. Remember, we have our spacers on there, so we're going to build a little dimension with that. And I do have that ornament top pretty close to the second layer. So what I want to do is take a little bit of my hot glue and tack this twine down. I'm just going to cut the excess off. And then I tied a tiny little bow with that same twine, and I'm just going to add that with hot glue. I had initially planned to clip off the ends of that, but now I think I like it just as it is. So that is our first card. That was so fast and easy to put together. We're going to work on card 2 now, and this one is more of a profile orientation. Same sweet little sentiment inside, and so this is going to be a great shortcut. I do have this cut to have a border of blue, and you will see why in just a moment, but I am using the same diagonal stripe as that first card just to work through that stash. Here is why that blue is going to work so well. I have this snowflake pattern, and these were all single-sided papers that I had from my stash. I think most of them came from Hobby Lobby, and so this is going to make this a really good value. Now, I did want to create a little bit of a frame, so I took this oval with the scalloped edge from Gina Marie Designs, and I cut this size with a gold mirror cardstock, and so that's going to be the base of my frame. And then I traced the inside on a pattern paper so that I could use that inside that gold border to make that frame effect. And so I am just going to add this without spacers this time, just to reduce a little bit of that bulk. But now you can see how that looks like a frame. I have picked some images from 2 of those tags, and this time what I want to do is tack these together, and then I'm going to figure out where I want my flower to fall, because I don't want to cover up those words there on that little bit of on that little bit of tag that's showing. So I'm just going to set this here and kind of place that into my frame where I know I can get that covered where I've added those two together. Now you see if I set my flower here, I can continue on working with the foliage. I have the same setup as for the first card, and I just want to make sure that I've got everything landing exactly where I want. And this will also help to cover those cut ends. So let's just place this under here. And when I know I've got it right where I want it, I will just hold that in place. And then I'll come back in with my hot glue and tack these down. So there's one last little detail to add before I adhere that flower in. So I have another bow tied here with that pretty red twine. I just want to kind of tuck that up under here so that most of it will be showing. You can leave that twine off if you want this to be a completely flat card, but I like the little added extra detail. So I'm just gonna clip off these ends so that it will fit nicely on the front of my card. And that's gonna be it for the second card. And so for this last card, I'm going to take even more of a shortcut and utilize the red color from the card itself. And so I've just cut my pattern paper here so that I would have that beautiful border. And I still got that fun little sentiment inside. And so this is going to be a perfect shortcut. And my layering pattern was just a little bit of scrap that I had left over from another project. And I had it cut so that I could just fold it in half and clip this end off. And so I am getting a bit of a banner shape out of that. So just get a little bit of extra detail out of that layer. I do want to top that with a white doily just to break up a little bit of that pattern. And then for this card, I am using that tag as a square as they are intended. I did cut the back off of it though, and I did add some foam tabs just to build up the dimension. But now you can see I've pulled in the color of that layering pattern, so that makes a lot of sense now for that green to be there. And I made a similar arrangement with my die cut foliage and just one sweet little poinsettia. And this is an absolutely perfect, sweet and simple card without all the fussy details. I love the fussy details, but you don't always need them. And I think this card is a perfect example that you can get a lot of detail, but without all the dimensional things. And that's going to be it for our sweet and simple cards created with the card set from the Dollar General, as well as those tags. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.